It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen with your hosts, Razorback Zach and Marcus MC Carl.
Oh boy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Inside the Hawg Pen, the first episode of 2025. And your boy's back in the pen. I couldn't be happier. As you can see, we've got some new stuff going on. Got a new sponsor, got a big announcement. But before we do all of that and jump into the meat of our show and get into the big announcement, but I got to introduce the rest of the crew because it's not just me up here. To my left, right, north, south, whatever direction you're watching the show or listening to the show from, it is my boy, my co-host, my counterpart, co-pilot, whatever title you want to put with it. But he is the glue, professionally proven, the glue that holds the whole damn thing together. My boy, Marcus MC Carlton, hold it down in the NEA Hawg Pen. And from just up the street from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen, deep in the confines of the Sideline Radio Network compound, is our new executive producer, D-Mad, Dylan Madden. What's up, y'all?
Happy New Year, fellas.
Couldn't have came out of 2024 with a better thing than a win.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Gotta give credit where credit's due, man.
We're gonna get to all that. But we got a couple of announcements to make. Number one is we've got to welcome our brand new sponsor, Seven Oaks Steakhouse in the heart of historic downtown Conway. Now, D-Mad has eaten there. He's gotten the ribeye. I've had some soup. And MC, dude,
I gotta get there.
You got to come down because they've got some of the best cuts of meat you could find. It's in the heart of historic downtown Conway, too. All right. So we want to welcome them on board. We look forward to working with them. We may be doing a live remote from Seven Oaks. You don't know yet. They've got a lot of things going. Next thing, D-Mad, hit that birthday music. Boy, as you know, we like to give out our birthday shout-outs. Now, I wasn't on the show last week, so I would be remiss if I didn't mention. I did mention this on the Dave Ellswick show, and I did hold my own when it came to the School of Hog Hoops, but I was just a substitute teacher. But last week, our boy MC celebrated a birthday, and tomorrow is a very special birthday. My favorite big sister in the whole wide world has a birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday, Sarah. My big sister, y'all give her some love, show her some love, some love, and give her a shout out. All right, MC, are you ready to? Are we ready to unveil?
Man, we have teased this, man. Let's rip this thing open like it's a Hulk Hogan t-shirt.
I can't wait. I've been waiting. All right, so as most of you know, we have been teasing the new era of ITHP, and we can now officially announce it with this. Play that promo, D-Mad.
Are you craving Razorback sports talk with no fluff or agendas? Just the honest truth about Razorback sports? Then it's time to step inside the Hawg Pen. Here, it's hog talk for the fans, by the fans. So if you're looking for an unfiltered, fan-driven perspective on all things Razorbacks, then it's time to open the gate and join me, Razorback Zach, inside the Hawg Pen. Tune in Fridays at 10 a.m. and get ready for some straightforward sports talk inside the Hawg Pen.
That's right. I can now officially announce Inside the Hawg Pen is on the radio. But here's the thing. The OG show's not going anywhere. And if you missed tonight's show, you can check it out on the weekends. Now, where can you find the radio show? 101.1 FM, The Answer. 10 a.m. following Dave Ellswick. Oh, I'm so excited. It starts next week, 10 a.m. Oh, boy, it's going to be fun. I'm going to have a whole mess. It's going to be so much fun. I'm excited. And I have worked, like I said, I will give credit where credit is due. It was not just me that got that to happen. It's an 8-year journey, and I've got my boy here to help me out that's gotten me this far. all of us here at ITHP have put in the work. So I'm just the face that runs the place, and I could not be more excited. But the podcast isn't going anywhere. That's the OG show for those of you that are asking. The OG show is tonight's show, the live show. But man, I'm excited. I am. I'm really excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I gotta thank everybody at 101.1 FM The Answer for giving me the chance to do this. Got a big shout out to our sponsor, Seven Oaks Steakhouse, and all of us here at ITHP. You guys are great. But what do you say we get into this mess?
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to start with our football wrap-up.
Okay.
I got it. Damn it, D-Man. I got to eat more crow because of you.
Louder!
Oh, stop it. Put your finger down.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
We all got a little crow. We all got a little crow to eat when it comes to football.
But wait. I have to eat the biggest crow because I even went on Dave's show and said we didn't have a chance. Because I thought we didn't.
Hey,
where has this team been all year?
Well, I mean, look, it's got me so flustered that I can't even really speak about it. You got to give credit to this coaching staff. And for me to be the one to sit here and say this is a big deal, because if you've watched our show or listened to the podcast at all, y'all know I ain't the biggest Sam Pittman fan in the world. But
you a Sam Pittman fan? No.
the way that this staff pulled it together after losing what felt like about a third of the roster, either to opt-outs or to the portal or whatever, to bring these guys in and not just to win the game, but to pretty much dominate the entire game. I mean, you gotta give hats off, man. Gotta tip the hat and say respect.
Yeah, okay, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second.
That's what we do.
How much of this was Sam? And how much of this was Bobby and T-Will?
Well, that's a really good question, because not to knock Sam on anything, but if you guys remember, right after the Missouri game, he had his hip replacement surgery. So he was in recovery mode for quite a while. Now, I will say this, good coaches, and I had a coaching buddy of mine tell me this, good coaches know exactly who to delegate to and how much to delegate. So when you have somebody like a Bobby Petrino sitting there that has been in the big chair and has been in the big chair here and has had big time success, you feel like you're leaving it in good hands. T-Will is no slouch either. T-Will's got, he's got his side of the ball he's taking care of. Coach Petrino was taking care of the offensive side of the ball. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. I wasn't even going to watch the bowl game, and I was at Silver Dollar City. In Branson, we did a little family vacation at Christmas, and my phone starts blowing up 7-3, 14-3, 21-3. And at 21-3, I'm like, okay, I got to turn it on and see what's going on here, because I'm like you, where in the heck has this offense been? And I turn it on and get caught up through the key plays, and it's just like, wow. I mean, kudos to those second and third teamers that had set back all year and waited for their opportunity, because they took advantage when the opportunity was presented to them.
Well, but you've also got to think too. I mean, these kids, the ones that played, wanted to play. They wanted their shot. Yeah. Now, what I hate the most was the fact that our best wide receiver freaking portal.
Yeah.
And I apologize about the way I sound. My allergies have completely kicked my butt.
3 catches, 137 yards, a touchdown, the longest pass touchdown in school history, the longest one in Liberty Bowl history, and he passed his way right into the portal.
We are now 4-3 in the Liberty Bowl. We have the most appearances. 39-26 was your final. And
honestly, it wasn't even really that close.
No.
Got a question for y'all.
Bring it.
So I don't know if anybody realizes this, but Taylon Green had a monster day.
He did. A very monster game.
He had a monster game. However, everybody talks about his completion percentage. He was 11 for 21. That's still barely 50%. So he had a monster day on 11 11 completions.
Yeah.
Is that a problem or is that not a problem? I'm going to let y'all have it.
Oh, man, that's a good one. I mean, you had 11 completions, but you had, 347 yards and 3 touchdowns? 4?
I'll get the actual stats. Give me 1 second.
I know I'm pretty sure he had at least 3, and then he had 1 on the ground. So, golly, man, that's a tough one.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't want to pump any sunshine like some people we know. But I don't want to be a negative Nancy either. I don't know how to approach this. I want to be cautiously optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
In the grand scheme of things, I want to be cautiously optimistic because we've seen this out of Taylor Green before. Not quite to this level of performance.
Right.
But we've seen it before. So my thing is, and we've said it for 13 straight weeks, consistency, consistency, consistency.
Yeah.
It's a key word here. All right. When you're dealing with a quarterback, that's what you want to see. Is you want to see consistency.
Okay, so I got the stats here.
Okay.
Yeah.
One stat that I just kind of went wow to is, I mean, you had 11 completions, so I don't know how wowed you can be by this, but he had 11 completions to 4 receivers. Usually that list is at least like 7 or 8 players long. He was 11 for 21 for 341, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had 15 carries for 81 yards.
And he had a touchdown on the ground too.
Yes,
The first touchdown was him on the option keeper.
That's correct.
So here's something else we have to take into consideration with this. Not taken away from his monster game, not taken away from the wide receiver taking a slant pass and going 94 yards. Do y'all know where Texas Tech's team defense ranked nationally?
Weren't they towards the top?
They were 125th.
Okay, so I was completely wrong.
You kind of take that into consideration a little bit, I think. It does not take away from the accomplishment. But, you know, if you've got guys out there playing what I like to call bullfighter defense, where they're just kind of showing the little tarp over here to the light and going, "Ole," and letting them run right by, makes a little easier to rack up the numbers. But
it does, but at the same time, I mean,
you still gotta execute.
There's life at the end of the tunnel.
It seems that way.
It showed. Now again, I'm not the biggest Taylor Green fan, but I'm not his worst critic either. It showed. I mean, I was impressed with what I saw against Texas Tech, but again, like you said, their defense was towards the bottom.
I had no expectations going into that game. I expected to lose by somewhere between 17 to 21 points. You know, I expected a 38-17 top score, Texas Tech winning. I could not have been more wrong.
I had a blowout.
Oh,
Texas
I did too.
Tech had 8 wins that year too, this year, to our 6 wins in the regular season. Yeah. So they were actually up there in the Big 12 rankings too.
Yeah, but look who's in the Big 12.
Hey, don't be knocking the Big 12 now, man. Arizona State should still be playing, but that's another story for another day.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. Oh, look, I'm gonna take it now. All right, Georgia loses, Bama loses, everybody wins.
So, I got to ask this in regards to the game.
Okay,
are we going to talk about him? Number 0? Mr. Hokey Pokey, I'm in the portal, I'm out of the portal, I'm left foot in, left foot out.
Do we have to?
I mean,
here's my okay. I said this on the show last week. I said this on Dave last week, day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Make up your mind. If you're in or out. Here's my issue with it. Don't go on Twitter and be all schmoozy and kiss the coach's butt. All right, just don't. Oh, I love Coach Pittman. I got my perspective back. Just put on there. Hey, the check cleared. I'm here to play.
Well, and you know,
I'm not trying to be hateful about it though, MC. But in this day and age, there is zero loyalty to the program.
The loyalty is to the bag. And we've seen that. And it's not just Arkansas. It's across the board. You had guys opting out of playoff games so they could hit the portal. It happened pretty much every playoff team. But 20 carries for 50 yards in the Liberty Bowl is not going to secure you a big bag.
20 carries. 50 yards is all he got. And he carried the ball 20 times.
20.
No.
That's not even 3 yards a carry. So, maybe if he had not been doing the hokey pokey with the transfer portal and practicing a little more, he might have had more than 50 yards. I'm just saying.
So, with that being said, I want to take a moment, and we're going to do it a little bit of an extended show tonight because we're so late, and I understand that. What was the biggest disappointment in the SEC this year? Or should I say, who was the biggest disappointment? And D-Man, we'll pull you in here.
It's got to be Bama. You go in, you beat Georgia after Georgia storms back on you, and then you absolutely just break their hearts and beat them, and then you just get absolutely decimated in your bowl game. It's got to be Bama.
That was so beautiful.
And not only did they get decimated, they got decimated by a mediocre Michigan team.
They made Michigan look like a national championship team. I'm not even going to lie.
Hey, I'll say this, man. Give kudos to that staff at Michigan, because you think about it, man. Their last two games, look at what they did. They beat Ohio State in the horseshoe, and then went to a bowl game and beat Alabama.
But check this out. January 1st, 2024, Michigan beat Alabama in their bowl game.
Yeah.
December 31st, 2024, Michigan beat Bama in their bowl game.
Yeah, they bookended 2024 with wins over Bama.
It doesn't get any more storybook than that. But here's the thing about this, okay? All four of the top four teams that got bye weeks in the playoff are gone.
Yep.
All four.
They're sitting right over here in the recliner.
0-4, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that non-call on that targeting play for Texas and Arizona State, man. I lost my mind.
Well, and if you were on social media at all, every social media platform was losing their mind over it, and it was everybody across the board. I mean, it was big name guys, it was regular fans like us, because we've all seen games where less contact has been called targeting. So, if we can't figure out what targeting is, just take the rule out. And have it and bring back the Kenoy Kennedy and Tony Bua style hits, because there's no consistency. There is absolutely zero consistency to the targeting rule the way it's enforced right now.
Well, but at the same time, I mean, I still give props to Arizona State coming back from 16 down?
Yeah, they were down 16. Down?
I mean, Scattaboo. That's a hell of a name, isn't it?
That is, man. And to be a running back on top of it, that's just, I mean, that's fairy tale stuff, man.
you gotta think that was a heartbreaking interception in overtime.
Yeah, and I hate to do it, but I got to give credit to the defensive back for Texas, man. He made a heck of a play.
You couldn't pay me enough to give credit to anything.
He made a heck of a play. The play call was not bad. The receiver was not out of position. I didn't think it was that badly thrown ball.
He could have.
He could have put it a little more to the outside.
I was going to say he floated that just a little too much.
But let me ask you guys this while we're talking about this game: what did you guys think of the call when Texas had the fourth down, and it was score or the game's over? And it's fourth and 13, and Arizona State chooses to send the house. To me, I did not hate the call, but it felt like a gamble. To me, it felt like it was the coach saying, all right, boys, we're going all in right here. We're pushing all the chips to the center of the table. And when you send the house, if you don't get there, chances are receiver's going to be open somewhere, because one-on-one can only cover for so long. And then when your safety is out of position, like the Arizona State safety was, he was way late getting back to recover. And, I kind of felt like when Texas scored right there, I was kind of like, ooh, dang. That, that may steal every bit of the momentum. But, I would have liked to have seen, if this was Arkansas, in place of Arizona State, I would have rather dropped back in coverage and played conservative and be like, keep everything in front of us. And maybe, you can give them up to 12.5. Just don't give up 13.
Well, Arkansas special teams would have given up 15 at that point.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's this is
they'd have given a house up.
This is way way out in fairy tale land where we're doing this. But I want to jump back real quick to the biggest disappointment in the SEC, because mine's a little different from Dean's. Ole Miss Rebels. When you take into consideration how much money they spent in the portal, the schedule that they had, because the schedule was very favorable to them, and then they choked like they swallowed a chicken bone at home against a not very good Kentucky team.
Yes.
I mean, if they don't lose that and they go with 2 losses, I think they're in the playoff.
I'm y'all are going to make fun of me for this, but I have a reason why I'm going to say this. I'm going to stay here at home, and I'm going to go Arkansas. Because you come out against Arkansas Pine Bluff and you score 70. All right. It looks like the team is gelling. You go to Oklahoma State, you have them on the ropes. You have that game won, and you keep making mental mistakes.
Man, that's the one that makes me sick.
A&M, same thing. You had that game won. Okay. Then you get to Tennessee, and you beat Tennessee, and everybody's thinking, okay, Arkansas is turning a corner. Arkansas is about to be a contender. Not a playoff team, but a contender in the SEC. Okay? They're going to be up there because Bama's dropped off. We thought LSU dropped off.
Dude, this was the year, man. This was the year.
This was it. And for Sam and this team to fumble so bad, I'm going to go
literally
there.
Fumble.
Yeah, I'm going to go there. Disappointment. They could have gone better. Now, again, I will say, and we can pull the tape from either here or Dave's show. Yes, I'm aware that I said Arkansas was going to go 3-9, but so did everybody else.
I said 4-8. I had 4-8. Everybody. Oh no! We had the one dude. I mean, he said it on camera and off, man. We got to give him his props.
Do we again? We've done all.
I know.
Season.
Okay, do you realize how obnoxious I would be if I was sitting in D-Mad's seat right now, and I had predicted 8-4, and everybody else was saying,
"Have you met this man?"
I mean, so all right. Let me ask y'all this in regards to Arkansas. You said Arkansas underachieved. On social media, there is I don't want to say the majority, a loud minority of fans that believe this 6-6 season was a success because of guys like me and guys like Zach picking 3-9, 4-8, and then they go 6-6. Do you think 6-6 is a success?
Well, okay, and we've said this before. Okay, we've said this before. Look at the competition around you.
Right.
Okay, Texas A&M, LSU, Ole Miss, the last 20 years, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll even put the dork in.
You got to put Missouri in there, man. You got
to. They're choking on They're choking anyway. I can't say what I want to say, but
yeah, we got to be careful now, man.
we're big boys now. We can't say. But at the same time, you have to look at the competition around us. Okay, we're not in the Big 12. We're not in the Big 10, where it is Michigan and Ohio State every single year in the Big 10. Okay, it's not the old Big 12 where it's Texas and Oklahoma every year with Kansas State sprinkled in every now and then. Okay, it's not the ACC where it's Clemson and nobody else.
Yeah,
unless your name's Texas and you get Vanderbilt as your hardest team.
Oh, man.
Outside of Georgia.
How did they get that schedule?
Arkansas fans have to understand 6-6 may be the best we can do because of the conference that we're in.
I see. I don't think 6 is the best we can do. I think, to me,
on average, let's put it on average. That's the best we can do.
All right. See, I think 8 should be the goal every year. 6 should be the floor. 8 is going to be your norm. And then let's say once every 5 years, Arkansas should be able to jump up to maybe 10. Okay, we're never going to be Georgia. We're never going to be the Nick Saban Alabama. We're not going to do that, but we should be able to do what South Carolina's doing, what Missouri is doing, what Ole Miss is doing. And those 3 teams that I feel like we should be on the same level with, they've left us in the dust. Missouri got back-to-back 10-win seasons.
Well, okay, but you had to say that, took wind right out of my sail. Why don't you just kick me while I'm down?
I mean, as gross as it is,
And the thing about it, though, is, again, number one, no divisions in college football or in the SEC.
The SEC, yeah.
Okay. No divisions in the SEC. Number two, you have, again, this is a hill I'm willing to die on. I'm not a sunshine pumper. I'm a realist. Let's remember that. Competition around you.
Yeah.
Okay. Number three, and this is the biggest one, and this is the one that irritates the heck out of me. You got to look at NIL.
But Sam said we had money. He said money's not the issue. He said we got money.
So what's the issue? The fans? If you're really going to let the fans... Okay.
Hashtag coaching matters.
I'm throwing a curveball. I'm throwing a curveball in this lineup. All right. If you're going to let the fans dictate your job, you are dumber than I thought you were.
Hashtag coaching matters.
Let's put this in perspective, okay? None of us here at ITHP, you and me, don't get paid for this. Well,
no, we don't.
We don't. Let's imagine. I mean, we've seen how much hate we get.
If you've been in any of the Facebook hog groups, you've seen the hate that comes after me.
We see the hate that we get. MC kind of throws his own grenades sometimes.
I mean, I might step on a landmine every now and then.
But if we let those fans dictate us and how we do the show from now on, what does that say about us? But you're going to take the highest paid state employee. Yes, he is a state employee.
Yeah, he is.
He gets paid more than the freaking governor. You're going to take the highest rating or the highest paid state employee, and you're going to say, "Oh, we've got the money, but it's the fans that are causing the issues." No, it's not. Oh God! All right, hold on, D-Mad. We're going to take another curveball. We're going to bring the wise man in here. What's up, Loki?
Oh, I think I'm still backstage. Hang
on. We got you, bro.
Okay, now there I am. Okay, so we're talking about NIL and the 6-6 season. Yeah, I mean, we're mid. We've been mid for a little while, and I hate that.
Yeah.
But I think Petrino and Nutt both proved that we're capable of spectacular seasons.
Yeah.
But not consistently.
I don't know. I think Houston Nutt might disagree a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, his first...
He almost took us there, man.
I'm trying to think back.
Keyword, almost.
University of Almost, man. That's been a running joke with me and a couple of my buddies for a decade or more.
But but the first sign that we were going to go 5-7 or the 4-8 year, everybody was on that train. Fire him. Fire him, fire him, fire him, fire him. Bobby P. went 5-7 his first year. There were people screaming then, fire him. Brett Bielema. Well, okay. All right.
You mean Brett Throw Hands Bielema? Is that what you're talking about?
Dude, Beamer was ready to go, man.
Beamer was ready to throw it down.
All 5'7" of them.
Yeah. Beamer's got to look up to me, and I'm a midget myself. So, he's got to look up to me, and he's going to go out there and take on basically the big, pot-bellied grizzly bear that is Brett Bielema.
Well, I tell you this, we're up against the break, Loki. If you want to hang around, we'll get with you after the break. MC, do you know what we need to go up against? That is a tomahawk steak from Seven Oaks Steakhouse and Seafood in Conway.
Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about, if you're not familiar with Seven Oaks Steak and Seafood, all right? It's time you discover Seven Oaks Steak and Seafood. It's your fine dining gym in Conway. Now, the name, they're honoring the Cherokee Nation. Seven Oaks offers a very unique dining experience. They source the best local ingredients for their farm-to-table menu, okay? You can't get any more fresh than from the farm right to the table. From succulent seafood to perfectly grilled steaks and beyond, there's something for everybody on the menu there. The atmosphere is ideal for any event. You can have intimate dinners. You can have business meetings. Experience quality, flavor, and tradition with each dish. Come down to Seven Oaks Steak and Seafood in Conway, where quality meets tradition. Indulge in your next culinary adventure with Seven Oaks Steak and Seafood in Conway.
I'm telling you right now, you can go to Texas Roadhouse, you can go to Logan's, you can go to Colton's, you can go to any other steakhouse. What you're not going to get is the quality.
Yeah.
From
the farm to table. That's what's going to pull me in. The fact that it's fresh, it's local,
and they do breakfast too. They have a breakfast. They have a brunch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a trip down to Conway very soon.
We're open on February 1st. We have an open date on February 1st.
There's a big game that night.
There is. Who are we playing that night? I wondered. Yeah,
I can't call them what I want to call them now, but
we'll
call them the Big Blue Babies.
All right, we're going to step away and pay some bills on the other side of the break. It's MC School of Hog Hoops. SEC hoops are on the horizon. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code Inside Hawg Pen. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code Inside Hawg Pen.
Yeah! It's time to step back inside the Hog Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
You're muted, MC. He's so excited.
I'm so damn excited. I forgot to unmute my mic. I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
Yeah!
Oh, boy. All right, school's in session. It's now time for MC School of Hog Hoops. All right, MC. So I'm gonna start with this.
Okay.
Boogie Flan. He is a once in a million kind of player.
Yeah.
But what I saw against Oakland is something we haven't seen out of this team in I'm gonna say in years. We've got number 1 Tennessee on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Arkansas has a chance to win? No, I'm kidding. Are we going to go 0-3 in the SEC? Are we going to struggle out of the gate? I mean, what do you think? Tell me your thoughts there, big man.
All right, so let me talk a little bit about Boogie Flan, and then we'll get into SEC play. Y'all enjoy Boogie Flan this year because that man's going to be a lottery pick. If he continues to play the way he's played to this point, the man will be a lottery pick, and he will be moving on and making a lot more money in the NBA than he's making in NIL right now, and I think he's doing pretty stinking good in the NIL department. Okay, SEC ball. It is going to be a grind. If you have not looked at the top 25, I mean, it's about like looking at a top 25 for college baseball. It's just littered with SEC teams everywhere. You've got Tennessee at number 1. Florida's at number 6. The Big Blue Babies are at number 10.
Overrated.
Ole Miss is at 24. Mississippi State is at 17. Auburn's at number 2. Oklahoma at 12. Alabama at 5. Texas A&M at 13. I mean, good Lord, it's like I think 13 of the 16 teams in the conference are ranked, or maybe 12. But something's got to give. All these teams can't keep winning. You know, right now you've got a Georgia team that is not ranked in the top 25, and they're 12-1. I mean, it's just unreal. South Carolina, same thing, not ranked in the top 25, sitting at 10-3.
Okay,
Vanderbilt.
but let me ask you this, MC, and I don't mean to interrupt, but let me ask you this. You've got these two teams in Georgia and South Carolina with like 1 to 3 losses, right?
Yeah.
Would does strength of schedule play have more of an impact on basketball than, say, baseball or football when it comes to the rankings? Does that play more of a factor in it? We'll pull D-Mad in here, and I know Loki's got some more he wants to add here in just a second, but I want to pull you and D-Mad in here because, to me, it's one of those things where, you know, there was 1 year, I guess it was a few years ago, where Arkansas was like undefeated in non-conference, but we weren't ranked.
Yeah,
because it was the type of teams that we were playing.
Right. So I'm gonna pull South Carolina's schedule up. So D-Mad, give us your take on it, and I'm gonna pull South Carolina's schedule up to see who they've played to this point.
Well, I'm gonna have to defer to old Coach Cal here.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. That about sums it up in regards to SEC play this year.
That was literally his question, or like his answer from Scott Van Pelt asking him about the SEC schedule. Literally his question.
Yeah.
No, I kind of did some deep diving this week on the basketball teams in the SEC. There's 16 basketball teams. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them are ranked in the top 25.
Yeah,
I think there was a graphic that came out. You know, this is in like mid-December that the SEC lost like 5 games in the month of November.
In the month of December, yeah. Something like 35-5 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something ridiculous.
I've just been going all the way through like all these teams' schedules and just looking at who they've beat. I've seen beat North Carolina 3 times across, I think it's 8 teams that I've looked at so far. Beat Miami across about 4 teams. That's actually only 2 teams, but there's a beat Memphis. I mean, there's a lot of teams that are beating like some powerhouse teams, some historic teams, and it's one of the. That's kind of how it looks right now.
Yeah.
That's about all you can say is, woo. But you're right. I don't have a lot of faith when it comes into the Texas A&Ms and the Mississippi States, just because like they don't really have the horses that everybody else has. They had the good luck of having a fortunate schedule, and I mean even with Mississippi State, they beat Memphis and they beat Pitt, which were 2 ranked teams at the time, and then you got Oklahoma. And these names might not sound very prevalent to anybody else, but they beat Providence, they beat Arizona, and guess what? They beat Michigan. I mean, there's good teams being beat in the SEC. It's almost looking like the time when Arkansas was competing with Kentucky, with Bobby Portis and all them, because there was really good coaching going on, and the SEC's got really good coaching right now.
Yeah, it is. It may be the deepest set of coaches that we've seen on the basketball side. Time. Yeah. You were talking a little bit about their schedule. I looked at South Carolina's schedule just now. To this point, they have played 3 ranked teams. They've lost 2 of those games, and they've won 1. So 1 and 2 versus the top 25 is not real great. But then you go and you look at somebody like Tennessee. Man, Tennessee has not played an easy schedule to this point. They won at Louisville. They beat Virginia. They beat Baylor, which, the same Baylor team that we lost to. They beat Syracuse, Miami. They went on the road to Illinois and won at the buzzer. I actually watched that game, and they hit a layup it could not have timed it any more perfect to not give Illinois a chance to even score. And then they had a couple of lower tier teams to kind of finish out the year. But I mean, you're talking about some big names there. Mm-hmm. And then, we don't like that team from Lexington, but I will give Mark Pope credit. They have not ducked anybody because they've beat Duke, they've beat Gonzaga. Let's see, who else have they beat?
They beat Louisville. Duke. Yeah,
Duke, Gonzaga, Louisville, I would say are their big wins. They lost to Clemson, which at the time looked kind of bad, but Clemson has kind of bounced back, and I believe they have been in and out of the top 25 since that win over Kentucky. The bad loss I would say for Kentucky right now is they lost to Ohio State by 20 in one of those made-for-TV games. I think it's like the CBS Classic or something. That was just an ugly game. But, man, you talk about going straight to the fire this weekend. Listen to some of these matchups for opening day of SEC play. All right, first game on the docket, Florida at Kentucky. That's number 6 and number 10. Then you've got 12-1 Georgia going to Ole Miss, who's number 24. That's 12-1 Georgia versus 11-2 Ole Miss. You got Arkansas and Tennessee playing 11-2 versus 13-0. You've got South Carolina going to number 17 Mississippi State. You've got Missouri, who's also 11-2, and we have to give credit to Missouri because I mean, how many games in a row did they lose?
Do we have to?
Well, I mean, if we're going to be the dudes that don't have an agenda, we got to give credit where credit's due, man.
We don't have to. But
there's some of these teams on here I don't want to give any credit to, but man, they're playing so well right now.
Auburn is a team.
Auburn, yeah.
I mean, just
how I feel about Auburn.
I'm sorry, but just to go through the top 25, I'll go.
Yeah.
All the SEC teams. Number 1 is Tennessee. Number 2 is Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 is Bama. Number 6 is Florida. Number 10 is Kentucky. Number 12 is Oklahoma. Number 13 is A&M. 17 is Mississippi State. 23 Arkansas. 24 Ole Miss.
I mean, that's just ridiculous, man.
That is crazy.
4 of the top 6 teams are from the SEC.
Yeah.
5 of the top 10 teams are from the SEC. 7 of the top 15 teams are from the SEC.
Just insane. Well, and then, okay, so Missouri is going down to Auburn Saturday. That's a 3:00 game on SEC Network. That, a lot of people are probably thinking Auburn's going to blow that one out. I'm telling you, keep an eye on that game. I think Missouri will make a game of that one. And then you've got 2 unranked teams, but Vanderbilt's sitting at 12-1. LSU's sitting at 11-2. That's another game. And then you've got Oklahoma going to Alabama, and then the nightcap is Texas and Texas A&M. I mean, it's just, we're going to find out real quick. We're going to separate the men from the boys really, really quick in SEC play. And I would not be surprised to see whatever team comes out of this insanity to win the regular season title. I would not be shocked to see the regular season champion have about 4 losses, because that's just how
wild.
That's just how wild. Deep the conference is, man. I mean, it's wild. Arkansas's got a huge opportunity Saturday. Can they do it? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think they get blown out. This is
Zakai Ziegler's 20th year in the SEC.
I mean,
wait. Hold on. I think along with that, I think Toshibwe is still in the lane at Kentucky.
Yeah, no doubt.
It was like that one kid at Purdue, Edey.
Yeah, Zach Edey. Yeah.
Like,
well, hey, at least the one dude from Tennessee is now playing for the Lakers, so we don't have to worry about him going for 30.
Well, MC, I tell you, it's the journey starts on Saturday for Arkansas to get to the big dance, which, by the way, would not be. It would be completely disrespectful if I didn't say our thoughts and prayers are with Greg Gumbel and his family and everybody at CBS. Cancer freaking sucks.
Voice of the NCAA tournament, man. He was always the studio guy.
He was, man. It's gonna be different without him. But hey, I tell you what other journey that people can go on if they really want to is a culinary journey from Seven Oaks Steakhouse, and the way that these steaks are made and grilled, and just D-Mad, you had a ribeye, I do believe, right?
I sure did.
It was good, wasn't it?
Did. Oh,
that's my favorite cut right there, man. A ribeye.
Oh,
the season, the way they season them, it's not too much, it's not too little, but they cook it to the point where. And here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you this right now: if you have to use steak sauce for your steak, you cooked it wrong.
Yeah, it ain't done right if you got to have sauce.
Tell me more about this journey, MC.
All right, so culinary journey that is Seven Oaks Steak and Seafood. That is the premier dining destination in historic downtown Conway. And we talked about this earlier. They're named in tribute to the owner's Cherokee heritage. Seven Oaks is more than a restaurant. It is a full-on culinary journey. They believe in farm to table, sourcing the finest local products for their menu. Local. That's the key word. So if you're eating a steak, it's probably come from a farm somewhere in the state of Arkansas. They specialize in local products. If you prefer seafood, they've got seafood. They have vegetarian and even some gluten-free options on the menu. Now, not everywhere has that, and sometimes that's tough to do, but Seven Oaks can pull that off for you. They have a very warm, inviting atmosphere, perfect for special occasions like taking your wife out or your girlfriend out on a date, or a special birthday party, anniversary party, whatever. Every bite of the food that you're going to have, it promises quality, flavor, and you're going to make memories while you're there. Seven Oaks Steak and Seafood. Every meal there, you can consider it a celebration. Historic downtown Conway. I'm telling you, I got to get down there because all this talk about tomahawks and ribeyes and seafood is just making me hungry.
Wait, they have a tomahawk?
Man. Yeah, they got a tomahawk.
Sorry, I'm...
Put the record scratch in for D-Mad right there. Well, what?
Right. What? Oh, man. All right, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we are going to recap the big announcement that we had at the opening of the show for those of you that missed it. And then it's everybody's favorite segment. We're kicking the doors down. We're going to start out with our wise man because I know he's going to try to throw us another curveball. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Razorback Zach, Marcus MC Carlton back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Meeks Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics! We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code Inside Hawg Pen. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code Inside Hawg Pen.
Yeah! It's time to step back inside the Hog Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. I'm going to place a few things real quick, D-Mad, so I'm going to take the board from you for just a second. That's right. The new era is here. Now, what exactly is the new era? Take a listen.
Are you craving Razorback sports talk with no fluff or agendas? Just the honest truth about Razorback sports? Then it's time to step inside the Hog Pen. Here, it's hog talk for the fans, by the fans. So if you're looking for an unfiltered, fan-driven perspective on all things Razorbacks, then it's time to open the gate and join me, Razorback Zach, inside the Hog Pen. Tune in Fridays at 10 a.m. and get ready for some straightforward sports talk inside the Hog Pen.
That's right. If you missed it at the top of the show, Inside the Hawg Pen is officially a radio show. 101.1 FM, The Answer, 10 a.m. Fridays, starting next week. It is official. Your boy's going to be on the radio. Big thank you to Seven Oaks Steakhouse in Conway, 912 Front Street in historic downtown Conway, for sponsoring that, as well as sponsoring this episode and all future episodes of Inside the Hawg Pen, the podcast episode too. So big thank you to that. And MC, before the show, I got to give a shout out. Before the show, I got a text from my daughter, Chloe. And next week, there will be a hand-drawn painting of our logo hanging behind me on our podcast.
This logo right here.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I'm excited to see it. She is artistic, and I don't know where she got it from. Because
I'm so jealous of people with artistic talent because I can't draw a straight line with a ruler.
She didn't get it from me. I can promise you that right now. She didn't get it from me. But we're going to bring Loki back in here, our wise man. And I know he's been chomping at the bit here. But Loki, what you got, man? Talk to us.
There we go. Sorry, it took me a second. I was thinking about those steaks from our new sponsor. But all right, so is this Hog Tua? Is this where we spit opinions and tear down walls? And...
Yeah, let me hold on just a second.
You just got to spit on that thing. So
I know you did not just. Oh my God. That's right. It's time for everybody's favorite segment where we kick down the gates and let the fans have the floor. All right, Loki.
Bring it, brother.
Muted. There we go. So, first off, I just want to say publicly on the air here that the logo pops on black. I'm just saying.
Yes, it does.
Secondly,
I think he's giving hints there, MC.
Yeah, I like it.
Secondly, as far as Hog Hoops, I think if there was a time for us to like really step up, like if you look at the top 25, like there's a lot of low ranked perennials, and there's even a blue blood or two that aren't even there. Like where's North Carolina? So I mean, if we're going to step up, now is that time. Who is in the Big 12? OSU, who handed us I can't say that because we have a good sponsor now. Now here's your curveball, and this is designed to get the fans talking. We have so many people out there right now that are openly defending Pitt, that are openly defending 6-6 and that mediocrity, and these are the same people that want to fire Neighbors. What's wrong with that?
Oh, hammer meets nail.
Holy crap!
Yes, hammer meets nail right
Razorback
there.
Sports talk with no.
Oh my
just broke
goodness!
the board.
I meant to hit the louder button.
Okay, did anybody else see that cruise missile coming in? Because
I did not see that. But it definitely hit the target.
I mean, if we're talking about inconsistency, in that case, it applies to the fan base too. You know, I mean, like,
yeah.
Well,
the entire fan base, and I'm including myself in this because I am a fan first. We've never been known for stability, so. And I'm putting myself right at seat A, row 1. Okay, I'm right there. So, yes, I can say that.
I broke him.
Yeah, we broke Zach.
Sausage. Really?
I mean, for real though. I mean, like, why is mediocrity in 6-6 and okay? Oh, all right, out of our football team, but when it comes to women's basketball, it's like, let's grab our torch and pitchforks and get this dude.
You don't want to kick down that door.
I'll tell you the door we want to kick down. Did y'all see what Dwight McLaughlin tweeted over the weekend?
I did. I did see that.
There's some problematic tweets that are coming out of that.
Yeah, that.
Anybody can say anything behind a keyboard. So,
but he's not the first former player to make the insinuation that he made.
True. Let's get to some of these comments, and we got to start out with Royalty. And Casey Sutton says, "Hi guys, so glad you're back. Hey, I'm glad to be back. But hey, let's take a moment real quick, and we're glad that you, Casey, have kicked cancer's ass not once, not twice, but 3 times. She is a 3-time cancer survivor. Holy crap!"
It's amazing. It really is.
And then, of course, Mama Linda says, "Hi, guys. Happy New Year. Hope your holidays were filled with love and blessings." They were indeed. Thank you. Aaron
More than I
says, "Hey,
deserve."
guys." Aaron says, "Hey, guys." And then we're going to skip that one. we're going to skip that one, too. Loki says, "What? Why don't you just go ahead and read your own damn comment?"
What, Zach is going to eat crow like the football team eats L's a little at a time, but not enough to really do much?
I hate all of y'all right now.
Ooh, boy.
If it needs steak sauce, it's not cooked right, Zach. That's what you said.
It's the truth. Oh,
Does that apply for eating crow as well? Because I got to eat some of it too. So
I mean, you could have them cook it up for you at Seven Oaks Steakhouse
there
and
you
seafood.
go. Yeah.
I really
There we
don't
go.
like you right now.
I think I don't know, but I've had to talk to James about this. They should be serving some type of duck soon, I'm guessing.
Very nice. I like duck. I like duck. I've had duck. I like it.
Once again, Loki comes in and says, "You're a whole mess, but that's why we like you."
I am a wise man, and this is a live mic. But
I don't know about that. Aaron says, "Bro, what? Congratulations! I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Aaron. But hey, it was a team effort that got us there, and it's the guys behind the scenes, not just me, that deserve more of the credit than me. They make me look good. So,
well, I mean, and not to mention, we couldn't have done it without all of you. If you hadn't been here supporting us this whole ride,
There we go.
we wouldn't be where we are today.
Yeah.
8 years, baby. Casey Sent says, "Congrats, Zach." Mama Linda says, "We look pretty good, but those unnames performed against. But can these unnames perform against the SEC offense and defense?" Talking about the ones in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Well, obviously not, because our best wide receiver from that game left to go to the portal. So, did y'all see the meme that was making the rounds right after he had that big game in the Liberty Bowl? And it was just a picture of this guy who was dressed, like he's dressed like a pimp, and he had folded over a couple $100 bills, and it said Lane Kiffin after the Liberty Bowl to Desmond James, standing there waiting on him as he comes out the locker room. And depending on where he ends up, that may not be too far from the truth. Oh boy. No, but yeah, no, she's got a point. Mama Linda's got a point.
Yeah.
Can they hold up against an SEC offense and defense?
Yeah.
Loki, again, god dang it.
Hey, I got to keep the comment section going.
You do, and you do a good job of it. Biggest SEC disappointment, either A&M letting the championship slip through their fingers. Ooh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Or the fall of Darth Mizzou. At least Bama has the excuse of Saban retiring. Here's the problem with Bama. They're going to milk that excuse for everything it's worth. However, their biggest hold on, MC. Okay. Their biggest advocate in Paul Feinbaum put him on the hot seat. He already put Kalen DeBoer in the hot seat,
which is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the deal with Alabama. For the last 15 years, their expectations have been more inflated than any bill trying to get through Congress right now, okay? That's how inflated their expectations have been, because if they didn't win the national title, they thought it was a failure of a season. There is nothing wrong with going 9-4. The problem is when you've had the GOAT running things for 15 years or 20 years or whatever, however long he was there, and had multiple national titles in that run and was in the hunt for the title every single year, you have very inflated expectations.
And there was watching them come back, Alabama fans that wanted them fired.
Yeah. And watching them come crashing back down to earth like the Hindenburg is a joy to watch.
Oh yeah, hey, I said it the other night. When Bama loses, we all win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dan Yoakum says they enforce targeting when it benefits what they perceive is in the best interest of college football. Anything
AKA TV ratings. Yep. Because Texas is going to pull more TV ratings than Arizona State will. I mean, let's face it, guys. It's about money and TV ratings.
That's why Boise State lost. Did I say it? I said it, didn't I?
I just, I don't want to harp on that targeting call, but that no call, but that was awful.
Hey, did y'all see what that defensive lineman from Boise State said about his head coach at the end of the game? And his
I did not.
I didn't see that. Y'all want me to pull it up real quick? I got it ready to go if you want.
If you got it, bring it.
All right, got you. Hold on 1 second.
First, I want to start off and say, "Oh, glory to Jesus Christ! He's the true champion." Coach D, you changed my life. You changed my life. I did not know God until I got to Boise State.
Wow.
I serve a true champion. Jesus Christ is the only true God. He died, rose from the dead 3 days later. That's the champion that I serve. And thank you, Coach D. Like, seriously, you changed my life.
Do we want to say that Sam Pittman is touching our players' lives like that? Like, if you believe in that or not, but do you think Sam is going up to our players and having that profound of an impact?
I mean,
if you ask Braylon Russell,
the immediate answer is no, because I have not seen anyone speak with the passion that guy spoke about. And, you hear about coaches, and we all get hung up, and I'm the world's worst about getting hung up on wins and losses and everything else. But, making a difference in these young men's lives, I mean, the Jesus thing for me is a huge deal. But if that's not your thing, the fact that he is making such a profound difference in this young man's life, to where he said several times, "Coach, you saved my life."
Yeah.
I mean, that is what,
Well,
that's the purest of what coaching is supposed to be about.
Yeah. And I believe that. Brandon Laughlin says Arkansas finish third in the conference next season.
Ooh, that's bold. That's bold.
Brandon, come on,
That
man.
sure is a hot take right there.
That may be the hottest take of 2025 that we get.
Yeah. Start off the year.
Yeah.
Start off the year.
January 2nd.
I'm all right with that. My boy Brad Staten says, "I hate misery. Misery loves company, though."
Hey, I gotta give Zach credit. I'm gonna put a 1 in the air for Zach. Y'all ready for this?
Okay.
Zach said at the start of the. Don't look at me like that. I'm really about to give you credit.
I feel like this is a setup, just so you know.
It's really not. It's really not. So I remember at the start of the year, Zach said Alabama was going to lose 4 games. They won. They lost 4
did.
Use that.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
It's not all bad when I start interjecting.
See, I mean, and if we're gonna be given credit here.
Oh God!
As far as that goes, I mean, like going back to the team building and the morale and having an impact on these young men's lives, I do have to give Pitt a little bit of credit. I mean, he got the team together for a family movie night. They all enjoyed Polar Express together, and they built a friendship, and they were together and happy.
Oh, that joke is like the Jelly of the Month Club. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I just knew it was going to that. Halfway through it, I knew it.
It was just a matter. Look, it's just a matter of time before that bomb dropped. But
Carolyn, I didn't go with the I don't know. So
Carolyn's got a good point, and she had a good comment on one of our posts a few days ago. She says, "I really wish the portals would close during their respective seasons." I agree. Here's the thing. I don't think the portal should be open. I got 2 points to this. I don't think the portal should be open until after the national championship game.
The only problem with that is that it does not line up with the academic calendar. And yes, that's a joke. The whole student athlete thing is a joke now. But if you don't open it up until, let's say, the end of January, if somebody decides they want to go on the portal, they've missed, if you're going to do that, I would rather, if you're going to close it during the regular season, which I agree with, don't open it until after spring ball at the end of the semester.
So the thing is that the portal's actually not open during the season. It's just players will quit on their team.
Yeah.
They'll just take their name off of the roster. They'll forfeit their scholarship, and so then they'll just not do anything for the next 6 months or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they're not technically in the portal, but they are no longer on the roster.
Yeah.
Are you implying they'll come down with a mysterious knee injury?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bone bruise 1 week, and then it's a stretched ligament the next, and then it's,
In the immortal words of DJ Williams, he had the worst tendonitis I've ever seen.
Yes. And who knew the cure for a bone bruise, tendonitis, menstrual cramps, everything was all down at Oxford, Mississippi.
Real Tree Outdoors. That's all you need. That's all you need. Is your knee hurts? Real Tree Outdoors.
Wow, he actually said that. Brad Staten says, "You know who else has good coaching? Arizona State football. Kenny Dillingham needs a 479 zip code."
I'd be all right with that.
You mean area code, Brad? I mean, I guess that's that Air Force side of you talking. And they say you Air Force people are supposed to be smart.
Kenny Dillingham. That's a good point on Kenny Dillingham.
That is a very good point. Trevor Kaiser says, "Happy New Year, ITHB. Happy New Year, Trev." And then of course my daughter chimes in here and says, "Hello, the painting is going good. Expect a little surprise." Oh God, there's a surprise on it. I'm scared.
Right. Is it going to be a hand throwing up a 1? Is that what it's going to be?
Don't help her. Don't antagonize her.
I'm feeling a little left out here because we're getting the one up for Dylan. We're getting the one up for Zach. The only thing that's coming up for me right now is one of these.
I don't know, MC. You've got that Kool-Aid River like the pink slime and Ghostbusters too.
Hey, your time, MC. Your time is coming. All right.
Yeah,
So
I hope so, man.
Trevor says, I think everyone is still in the Chad era and are happy with a bowl game, toilet bowl. And the Bobby era is long and forgotten. Well, yeah, the Bobby era was like 10, 15 years ago now.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking 2011 was 14 years ago. So, but I do think his first line there, I think most of the people that we've seen on social media that are defending Pitt and defending 6-6 as a success, they're doing so because in their head, all they can remember is 2018 and 2019 when it wasn't even the bottom of the barrel. It was underground below the barrel. And they're using fear to say, well, this guy's at least getting to 6-6. What if we fire him and we go back to the 2-10s? Okay, fair point. But what if you fire him and what if the next guy comes in and goes 10-2, 10-2, 11-1? It's just as likely to happen as the 2-10s.
All I got to say is me and Monte Harris remember the Bobby Petrino years from our time in high school.
I remember the Bobby Petrino years. Yes,
but you weren't in high school then.
No, I was. Look,
don't feel bad. Neither was I. Hey, look, they're faking another injury. I think.
You know who the coach was when I was in high school? Don't you say Frank Broyles? Don't you say
it? No, I was actually not going to say Frank. John Barnhill. No. See, you're not that much older than me. I'm either going to go Hatfield or Holt.
No, I'm not that old. Danny Ford.
See, I said it. I was like, wait, no, Danny Ford?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the fact that our measuring stick for success is based off of a coach who 2 years after leaving us was coaching high school football in Texas is not exactly, where we want to be.
For the moon here, are we?
Right?
And then he went to the most successful school in Texas.
Yeah,
he proceeded to lose games there.
Yeah, he crashed and burned. I believe Allen High School, I believe, was where he went. Mm-hmm. And if I remember correctly, they had a 65 game winning streak, 65 home game winning streak.
Yeah. Kyler Murray, you ever heard of him?
I hear he's good at Call of Duty.
Wait, is he good at anything else? I thought he was just
He's a decent baseball player.
Also, Jonathan Williams, former running back for the Razorbacks from Allen High School.
I believe Casey Dick is also from Allen, Texas.
Yeah, I mean he was the head coach of that school for a year, and then he was an official analysis for South Florida and Clemson, and now he's a wide receiver coach in Texas State.
We want to dig into it. I can find some Allen, Texas players.
Oh, man. God, y'all. All right, we're going to play our promo one more time because the new era is here for Inside the Hawg Pen, and we could not be happier. We could not be prouder. So we're going to play our promo one more time before we get out.
Are you craving Razorback sports talk with no fluff? Just the honest truth about Razorback sports? Then it's time to step inside the Hawg Pen. Here, it's Hog Talk for the fans, by the fans. So if you're looking for an unfiltered, fan-driven perspective on all things Razorbacks, then it's time to open the gate and join me, Razorback Zach, inside the Hawg Pen. Tune in Fridays at 10 a.m. and get ready for some straightforward sports talk inside the Hawg Pen.
That's right. Inside the Hawg Pen is now officially a radio show. You can check us out in Central Arkansas, 101.1 FM. The Answer. If you are outside the Central Arkansas area and you want to hear the show, download the 101.1 FM and The Answer, the app, and download that. You can still catch us anywhere you are, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Fridays starting next week.
So let me ask a question about that, Zach, just to kind of make it a little more interesting. Can they call into that show like they do to Dave?
Yes, they can. 501-823-0965 will get you on the air. Once again, that phone number, 501-823-0965 will get you on the air at 101.1 FM The Answer during Inside the Hog Pen.
And if you want Zach's phone number, it's 501.
We'll tap it out of Morse code, see if anybody figures it out.
If you want Zach's phone number, we are always looking for new sponsors for here on Inside the Hog Pen.
There you go. Yeah, for the right price, for the right price, we'll make anybody's phone number yours. Okay,
so it's 501 louder. No.
Yes.
501 louder. All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Final thoughts before we get out of here. MC, we'll start with you.
Man, big game at Tennessee this weekend for Calipari and the Hogs' first, I would call it the first true road test. Load up the flamethrowers, man, and let's go to Rocky Top and burn it down.
Yes, sir. D-Mad.
Good old. Never mind. Yeah, I'm really ready for this baseball. Wait, checks notes. Basketball season. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty exciting in the SEC this year. So, I said at the end, or when we got Cal, that we're gonna have 25 wins and a second round exit. So, hopefully, that's somewhere close. But that's all I got.
Wrong, but that's just me. Wise man, do you have a final thought?
It feels pretty awesome to honestly sit here and tell you in truthfulness that I think we can beat Tennessee. I mean, I know that's out there, but I think we can do it, and I have my Kool-Aid ready. And one more thing about Allen High School, you know who else played there? General Booty. Zach?
You ain't topping that one, dude. You might as well just say good night, drive home safe, because you're not topping that. That's too good.
That's completely true, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, you now see why we call him the wise man.
There's another name I have for him, but I can't say it on the radio.
Wait. We are not going to bypass the fact that he just dropped that right there at the end of the show. There's no freaking way. I don't even have a final thought now. My final thought is,
Are you too busy thinking about Booty? General Booty? Is that what's going on here?
Go Warhawks.
We got him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Holy crap, we got off in the weeds, but it was so much fun. It's good to be back here in 2025.
It is.
And we've got, again, this is just the first of a lot of announcements and a lot of big things going on here at Inside the Hog Pen. And big thank you to everybody behind the scenes working.
Yeah.
And big thank you to the fans, man. 8 years, and this is just the beginning. So you guys strap into this rocket. It's about to take off, and I don't mean Jeff Bezos either. Oh, man. All right, that's going to do it for us. For Marcus MC Carlton, the wise man, Loki DeWitt, D-Mad, back in the Sideline Radio Network studios, keeping us on the rails, but off track.
Yeah.
I am Razorback Zach. Thank you to everybody that has been listening and been watching. Until next time, so long, everybody.